encomiums as Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is announced as WTO Director General, and President Buhari says he trusts that Dr. Iweala is going to deliver. And governors of the Northwest region today met with service chiefs, the National Security Advisor, and other stakeholders over the security in the region and across the country. The NSA says they're not to sleep on their duties and are focusing on possible solution to the insecurity crisis in the country. Hello everyone and welcome to Politics Today live on Channels Television. I'm Sean Kimbalo here in Lagos. A big congratulations to Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who today emerged as the Director General of the World Trade Organization, WTO. The Nigeria's former Minister of Finance becomes the first female and first African to head the multilateral organization. Meanwhile, President Buhari has congratulated Dr. Okonjo-Iweala on her emergence as Director General of the World Trade Organization, describing her appointment as bringing joy and more honor to the country. In a statement by presidential spokesperson Garba Shehu, the president says as Dr. Okonjo-Iweala takes up another onerous task of service to the world and humanity, he believes a track record of integrity, diligence, and passion for development will continue to yield positive results and rewards to mankind. Tonight, our attention is on the security situation in the country and concerns of the state governors in the recurring insecurity incidents across the different regions of the country. Tonight, we speak to one of the governors, and we shall be looking at the solutions. Well, let's check out some of your political roundup stories.
The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has called for the cancellation of the ongoing All Progressives Congress membership registration and revalidation exercise in Kwara State, saying it did not meet the said guidelines. The minister made the call in Orok in Kwara State while addressing journalists after his APC membership revalidation at Oro Ward 2 polling unit 006 Ile Onikoyi. The minister reeled out several allegations, including that the registration officials failed to consult with all stakeholders before the commencement of the membership registration.
The APC in Kwara State hereby demand immediate cancellation of the APC membership registration exercise in Kwara State.
And a former deputy governor of Osun State, Senator Ayola Omisore, has registered as a member of the APC, although he refused to speak to journalists after undergoing the exercise. Senator Omisore took part in the process at his polling unit in Ward 6 in Ife East, which signifies an official defection from his political party, SDP, where he contested as governor in the 2018 governorship election. And a state high court sitting in Owerri, the Imo State capital, has nullified the impeachment of former deputy governor of Imo State, Jude Agbaso, who was impeached on March the 28th, 2013, during the Rochas Okorocha administration. The presiding judge in the matter, Justice Esai Okwara, says the process that led to the impeachment of the former deputy governor was unconstitutional, null and void, as due process was not followed, adding that the defendant was not given a fair hearing on the matter before the impeachment was done. The court therefore ordered the Imo State government to pay Mr. Agbaso all his entitlements and emoluments accrued to him from March the 28th, 2013, the date of impeachment, till May 28th, 2015, when his tenure as deputy governor ended.
I have been vindicated. The truth has eventually come to the fore as pronounced by the court.
Let's get talking, everyone. Earlier today, President Buhari, in a statement, says that his government will protect all religious and ethnic groups in the country, whether majority or minority, in line with his responsibility under the Constitution. And hours later, the National Security Advisor and the service chiefs met with some governors of the Northwest region in Kaduna on the security situation in the country. So many views on the way forward. There have been pockets of violence here and there around the country, perhaps happening almost at every region of the country that he turned. For example, in Ibadan, the capital of Oyo State in Nigeria's southwest region, the violence which took place in a popular market in Ojo area of Ibadan has caused some tension in the land. Well, Governor of Ondo State visited the governor of Oyo State, the state where that incident happened. Governor Akeredolu is the chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum, who also had raised flag over some of the activities of some of the killer herders in his state and the forest of Ondo State. But tonight, we're looking at solution. Mr. Akeredolu is a senior advocate of Nigeria, and we're looking at legal solution, political solution, and the way forward. He joins us from Akure, the capital of Ondo State. Thank you so much, Governor Akeredolu, for joining us tonight on the program. Let's begin by looking at some of the outcome.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you so much, sir. Let's look at some of the outcome and some of the deliberations your colleagues in the Northwest region were having. Would you suggest that that kind of conversation should be brought to the Southwest?
Well, what I know is that there was a meeting with governors of the North. The North. What their decision, their conversation, I'm not aware of it yet. But be that as it may, I'm aware of the fact that there's going to be a similar meeting with governors in Southwest on Wednesday in Ibadan. So we also discuss with the National Security Advisor and other service chiefs. And I think that this meeting is going around all the zones, all the geopolitical zones of the country. So Southwest will be meeting them on Wednesday and we'll let them know our views.
Let me ask you, since we have the privilege of speaking with you, you are the chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum. And of course, this is not minding the political, because the issue on the ground is beyond political parties right now, is something that is staring everyone in the face, and that which needs an urgent action and solution. Now, you raised a very critical issue about the activities of killer herders in the forest reserve of Ondo State. But there have been different views which emerged recently as to who the identity of these killer herders. Some governors believe that they are foreign bodies, they are non-Nigerians, aliens who are coming to our territory. Some believe that they are criminal elements who are Nigerians. But from what you have discovered, you visited Oyo State, you know what is happening in your state, Ondo State. How would you describe these elements?
Well, what happened in Oyo State, particularly in Shasha, is a different thing. As you know, Shasha is not a reserve forest, and people have lived there together. And the Yorubas live and have lived in harmony with their brothers who are from the north. In Shasha, where you have sales of so many items, including tomatoes and coal, so many other things are there. It's a big market in Ibadan, because I live in Ibadan. I used to live in Ibadan myself. So it's a different thing. What we had to address, essentially, in Ondo State, is a discovery that some criminal elements were using our reserve, forest reserve, to perpetrate crime. And we felt, look, we are not going to stay by and just watch this happen. People are kidnapped, They are not kidnapped and taken into a house. Most of those who are kidnapped have come back and have given us, we have debriefed them, we have been briefed by all of them, and we know essentially the group of people who are involved and that they were taken into a reserve forest. So if our forest reserves are, let me put it this way. Firstly, our farmers who operate there are licensed to do it. So anybody who wants to go there must have a license to be there. So if you are not licensed to be there to do a legitimate economic venture, then you are a criminal element. We are going to ask you to leave the place. This is where we stand. And that if it's become so rampant, or it's even the order of the day that every other person that is kidnapped is taken to this forest, then we must clear that forest of all criminals, no matter what name they are. We will clear the forest of all the criminals.
But do you agree with those who believe, some of your colleagues who believe that these are foreign or these are alien, these are foreign citizens who are perpetrating these heinous acts?
Now, what I know, where they have come from, how am I to know? How am I to know? How did you allow them in the first instance? I'm not to prevent people my duty does not include profiling those who come into the country. But all I know very clearly is that those who are perpetrating this crime speak the same language. They have a common language, some of people who are here in this country. So that is where our problem lies. Whether they are foreigners or they are from here, it is a matter for the police. It's a matter for our security to go into fully and be able to identify them. But what we have, when we debrief those who have been kidnapped, is that the language they hear is what matters to them, not whether they have come from Mali or they are from Niger, but they're speaking a language that was clear to them. That's all.
What language is that, Governor Akeredolu?
Right. Well, most of them were speaking Fufude. So there's no need for us to run away from it. So what do you do? And whether we like it or not, let us agree with ourselves that this is a common language that is spoken across the length and breadth, for particularly in West Africa and part of North Africa. So if they come, how did they come here? So, but one of our major problems is that when we have an issue of this nature, and we have like a group, the Métis, they do not have to hold themselves out to defend these people. If they are not your members and you do not agree with what they are doing, there's no need for you to defend them. Let us treat them strictly as what they are, criminals, and get them out. And use yourself to support us in getting them out. That's where we are.
We are due for a break on the program in about 40 seconds, Governor. But quickly react to this. It's on the argument of the governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, who was speaking on the rights of citizens to operate anywhere in the country. And he talked about the issues of bearing arms in self-defense. You seem to have disagreed with his standpoint. But what is your argument on that matter?
And certainly, you know that Bala Mohammed has not spoken like a statesman. He probably lost everything out. He lost out as to what his reaction should be. How will a governor in this country today come out and say people should be allowed to carry arms when it is illegal? And not just mere arms. He says they should go with AK-47 when even carrying some double barrel and co is illegal. So people who are not licensed to carry gun, Bala Mohammed is suggesting to us that they should be able to carry it. For what purpose? So Bala Mohammed he has even more pour petrol more into the fire, because his speech is unexpected of him. Any statesman, any governor should not speak that way, that you now ask people to carry gun protection. So I should ask my own people to carry gun to protect themselves. This is what he's saying. This is going to be a serious, it will become very serious. And all of us, nobody will be spared. So statement like that must be condemned, and I condemn it.
We take a break now, Governor Akeredolu, and when we come back, we look at solutions, the way forward for this country, because we're at that point where we need to find an urgent solution. We'll be asking you also from the legal point of view. Don't go anywhere, everyone. We'll be right back. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. Let's get back to the conversation with the Ondo State Governor, Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. We're looking at the security situation and finding what could be described as a lasting solution. And we hope we'll be able to get one tonight, speaking with from the experience of the senior lawyer and the governor. Thank you so much, Governor. Let's take a look at this, and there's another perspective, though. Some of your colleagues, the governor of Zamfara State, has called out the president to speak up and take action before it's too late. Governor of Benue State has also said the president should speak against the killer herders. He was very specific about the ethnic talk he was talking about. The minority leader of the Senate, Eyinaye Abaribe, said that said almost the same thing. What do you think is important for the president to say when people, eminent Nigerians, will say, come out and speak in quenching this crisis and uprising? What do you expect from the president?
Well, I mean, if the president decides that he's going to make any statement, what all of us will expect from Mr. President clearly is for him at least to come out and let Nigerians know that as we know, some of us know of the fact that he does not support criminality. That is the essence of it. That is enough to say, look, I remember when he said, if you find, like what Bala Muhammad is saying, the president has said so once that if you find anybody with arms that are unlicensed, they should arrest them. That would be a wonderful statement again, that look, the situation is, before it gets out of hand, I, as Mr. President, I'm saying the security agents must be at work now without rest and ensure that, for instance, open grazing, they work against it. I mean, every other person, even the Ganduje, everybody has said no to open grazing. Most of us have said so. Let us make a pronouncement on it. Then the laws can follow. I mean, laws have been made in a few states, no to open grazing, and that arms and ammunition must be lawful. If you are not lawfully in possession of such arms and ammunition, then you cannot carry them. The police must arrest. But then we have such statement and appeal to everybody to live together in harmony, in peace, as we have in many years back. And so many years back, Yorubas have lived in the north, Hausas have lived there, Fulanis have lived there many years back. But those many years, nobody can say that we're kidnapping as we're having now. So things are getting out of hand. That is where people are angry. Those who are hungry are getting angrier. So there's pent-up anger.
For those of us who have at some point experienced ethnic clashes in this country, and we've seen what it could cause and the kind of what the escalation could mean for our polity, are you worried that this sort of tension has taken an ethnic dimension and it has escalated so widely? And if you're worried, the issue is, how do we quickly stem the tide of this ethnic division that we have seen in the past few days?
Well, I'm worried. Everybody in the country is worried. As governor of a state, I'm worried. As governor of a state where I've had to undergo a lot of trauma, people coming up who are on the way to their businesses who have been kidnapped, the highest of it, a first-class king, in an attempt to kidnap him, he was murdered. So I've undergone some trauma. There's no way my feeling can be like any other person who has not had this experience. But I can assure you, many of us are faced with this criminality it is getting to a point in which all of us must come together to fight it. It is not issue of tribal war. It's not ethnic. If you say it's ethnic, how? So those who are kidnapping in Kaduna and Co, are they Igbos? So those who are doing it in other places in the north. So have you found other people involved? So the issue is not if you do it in Kaduna or you do it in Kano and do it in Zamfara, do it in Benue. So everything is a rampant thing. So the important thing is that all of us must come to appreciate that we are fighting criminals, and you don't have to call them by any name. Nobody should try and protect them. That is what I feel. If a crime is prevalent in a particular group, it does not make everybody in that group criminal, but those who are criminals in that group, and the group itself must assist in flushing out those criminals who have given a dent to their names. That's all right. Where we are.
Governor, we have just few minutes before the end of the program, and I'd like to take you up on like 2 or 3 matter quickly. And I'd like to put you on the spot. You are used to it because as a lawyer, you are probably on the spot with each time you are defending your clients in court. And this is the situation. Your party, the APC, is at the center in control of the federal government. And a lot of Nigerians have been speaking about a legal solution to our problems in the realm of a constitutional amendment, restructuring, whatever name anybody is giving it. Governor Akeredolu, let's assume that President Buhari is watching right now what you're saying. As a senior lawyer, as a senior citizen, as a governor, isn't this a very good window for your party, for the leaders of this country to resolve this problem once and for all? And if there is a solution, what would that be?
Well, I mean, no doubt, opportunities come once in a while. And this is a great opportunity for us to sit down to discuss on issue of security. And I believe when we sit down, all of us in a round table, we must find solution. There are so many brains in this country. A lot of work has gone into what is the cause or causes of insecurity. We have a lot of work that will guide us. It is an opportunity for us. I agree totally with that. And from there, we will discuss how effective is our security apparatus now. How effective are they? Can we continue with this security architecture that you have in the country, in which you have a command in Abuja for the police, for policing the whole country? It will not work, and it's not working. And a number of us have said so. And a number of governors, even my brother governors in the north, all of us have come to talk about this. The time is now for a decision to be taken. I know there is a bill in the National Assembly about having state police. The time is now. This is when we can hit the nail when it is hot. Because the level of insecurity must give rise to state police so that all of us we can have our people properly policed and secured. This is the opportunity we have.
Yeah, we need to close now, Governor Akeredolu, but kindly help me in 20 seconds to react to this. The issue of carrot and stick approach. We've seen Sheikh Gumi's intervention. We've seen Sunday Adeyemo, Sunday Igboho's intervention. What is your view, just in 20 seconds, to this kind of intervention? Do you support Sunday Igboho's intervention anyways?
No, seriously, I mean, let me tell you, Sunday Igboho is a child of circumstance. You must look at the circumstance that led to each of this intervention. I, for one, I've always said that I will not support anybody taking law into his own hand. And that's why I had to go to Ibadan. That's why I will go every other place in Southwest to preach about illegality and that we are against illegal actions. We are not for it at all. But circumstances can make it, there are things that will do it at times. You have to know what led to it. Those circumstances might not be justifiable, might not be legal. But again, when you look at it, you will know that you are a child of circumstance.
Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum and the governor of Ondo, said thank you indeed for talking to us tonight, and we hope that some of the solutions that you prefer tonight will be taken into consideration. Thank you so much indeed for your time.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
And that's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm Sean Akimbaloye. Bye for now.